Hey, how's it going, everyone? If you have been staying up on your higher ed current events, you would know that student loan forgiveness has become a hot topic and a very polarizing topic at that. But rather than just forgiving student loans, what if there's a better way to do this? Well, there just might be. According to a 42-page report that was released by the National Association of Student Financial Aid Administrators in partnership with over 20 other prominent higher education organizations. So this report has some themes and 30 recommendations on not forgiving student loans, but really sort of reforming and resetting the student loan process. Now, they argue that this is not only a cheaper option, but what it's doing is preventing the perpetuation of our current problem. By making things easier to understand and simplifying the process, they believe that students will be able to borrow money in the future without running into a lot of the issues that people are currently dealing with their mountains of student debt. And there are some very radical ideas. There are some very simple ideas, and I will link to the article where I found this in University Business, and in that article it also links to the report, so I will put that down in the description, and I encourage you to go check it out. There is an abstract page which kind of summarizes everything, so definitely check out that page and see what you think. Some of the things that really were interesting to me, not only were you saying we need to, or the report saying you need to lower interest rates, but what they wanted to get rid of was origination fees and negative amortization. And what they're saying now is the problem with student loans is it's becoming worse than mortgages at this point. So something has to change. And the problem is everyone knows that student loan debt is an issue. So this is pushing people away from pursuing a college education. And that's not what we want. What we want is people to pursue that education, but to be able to do it in a more manageable way. Some other recommendations, one basically said, we are going to simplify all payment plans, and we're going to create 3 of them, which is income-driven, a 10-year plan, and a 25-year plan for those who owe $30,000 or more on direct loans. And in terms of students who are currently in default, they proposed a one-time reset. There were some other recommendations in there for students who are on the verge of defaulting to try to avoid that, which I think is very considerate and helpful. So it's really starting to get ahead of the curve and trying to prevent a lot of what's going on right now. Some other things that stood out to me, one of them in particular was the Federal Student Aid's Chief Operating Officer. It was proposed that this person would report directly to the Secretary of Education as part of an oversight board. I think it was rather interesting because I think with federal student aid and student loans, there really needs to be a lot more accountability in how that's being managed because it is sort of a runaway train at this point. Another thing that I found interesting is you have the Public Service Loan Forgiveness Program. And so this report proposed, let's revamp that in a way so that rather than forgiving a lump sum after so many payments, let's create rolling opportunities. So every 2 years, let's forgive $5,000. And I think that's a rather innovative idea. And I think it kind of allows borrowers to pay back and start to see the fruits of their labor and the benefits of those programs. What they say right now is there's so many payment programs, and every administration that comes along tries to fix it, and in doing so they just create more policies and more red tape. So the overall theme and drive of this report is just, we're going to simplify it, we're going to cut everything out, we're going to make it basic and easy to understand, because there's so much that's going on with borrowing money that students and families do not understand, and they get themselves into trouble very quickly. So it's an interesting report. I'm curious to see if this gains momentum. I'm curious to see who else pays attention to this report and where it goes from there. And I also encourage you to check it out and let me know what you think. Are these good ideas? Are they going to go nowhere? Should we just look at resetting everything, just forgiving debt right now and continue with the way things are? Or should we not do anything and just let it be? Either way, let me know what you think. I will link to the article and the report in that article down below. Check it out. And if you want to continue to see more content like this, don't forget to hit subscribe. And with this topic in particular, if there's someone who needs to know about it, then definitely go ahead and share this video. So with that, I will catch you in the next one.